Hello students, welcome to Political Science class. This is the part 3 of chapter 1, Constitution Why and How. Previously we have covered two topics, need of the constitution and authority and power of the constitution. Now this is the continuation of the second topic, authority of the constitution, that how was the Indian constitution made. The making of the Indian Constitution also empowers the value of the Indian Constitution. So let's study how was the Indian Constitution made. So there are so many aspects which can be covered under this topic. First of all, the Constituent Assembly. So in order to draft an Indian Constitution, Constituent Assembly was elected. It was not elected on the basis of universal adult franchise, but it was indirectly elected by the Provisional Legislative Assembly of 1935, because at that time there was a British rule. So Britishers made one committee which was known as Cabinet Mission, and that Cabinet Mission was responsible to form the Constituent Assembly. At that time, the India was divided into two parts. There were provinces and princely states. Provinces were under the control of Britishers and princely states were under the control of Indian kings. So they decided that from provinces 292 members will be elected and from the princely states 93 members will be elected. So seats were allotted in proportion to the population as well as according to the communities, because at that time there were Muslim communities, Sikh community, General community. So seats were allocated according to the community as well as in proportion to the population. And the first sitting of the Constituent Assembly was held on 9 December 1946, which was elected for the undivided India. The second important point is composition of Constituent Assembly. The Constituent Assembly was formed in 1946, but after that there came the partition plan on 3rd June 1947. In that plan, the territories were divided into India and Pakistan, and some of the members who belonging to the territory which fell in Pakistan, the Constituent Assembly was also divided into two parts, Constituent Assembly of Pakistan and Constituent Assembly of India. In Indian Constituent Assembly, the members reduced to 299. Earlier, there were 385 members in total, but now the members reduced to 299. The final draft of the Constitution was approved on 26 November 1949, and on that date it was signed by 284 members. There was a serious attempt in the Constituent Assembly to secure the minorities. So that's why 26 members were belonging to scheduled caste, and in the Constituent Assembly the Congress was the dominating party as 82% members. After partition plan, 82% members were belonging to Congress party. But at that time Congress party was very diverse party which composed of the different opinions belonging to different section of society. The next point is principle of deliberation. While drafting Indian Constitution, it was very important that representative of all communities should not only participate, but they must be able to forward the interest of their whole community. So while discussing the provision, there were disagreement over almost all the provisions except the one that was universal adult franchise, on which there was a consensus of all the communities that this provision should be preserved, and there was no debate over that provision. But on all other provisions there were disagreement because they were the representative of the public and they argued upon the reasoned argument so that they can give the answer to their whole community. The evidence of the public reason can be seen in the form of voluminous debates. There were lot of debates over so many provisions, and all the provisions are preserved in the form of writing, and each and every clause was scrutinized so that the interest of all the communities can be preserved. The next point is procedures. What procedures were followed while drafting the Indian Constitution? So, for that, 8 major committees were formed of different subjects, and each of the committee was chaired by popular leaders like Rajendra Prasad, Maulana Azad, B.R. Ambedkar, Nehru ji, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, etc. And all these popular leaders were not like-minded. They were having conflicting opinion over different issues. It can be seen from the cases that Ambedkar was very great critic of Congress as well as of Gandhi on the issue that they are not doing anything for the upliftment of scheduled caste. And Nehru and Patel, they were having conflicting opinion over different issues. So what they were doing, the committees were forming or drafting the provision of the constitution, and these provisions were discussed in the Constituent Assembly, and different provisions were passed on the basis of consensus or on voting basis. And the Constituent Assembly was met for almost 166 days, which were spreaded over 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days. The next point is inheritance of the nationalist movement. The making of the constitution is not the result of the efforts of the Constituent Assembly members only, but the basic rules or basic values or principles were forged during the days of freedom only. Constituent Assembly only gave the shape to those provisions and principles, or gave the shape to those values which were derived during the freedom time. So one objective resolution was prepared by Nehru ji, and which was aimed to define all the provisions of the constitution, in which the values like equality, freedom, fraternity, etc. were promised during the days of freedom. And this was the moral commitment that all the values will be inserted while designing the institutions, while designing the principles, rules of the constitution. The next point is institutional arrangement. Our Constituent Assembly spent a lot of time so that a balanced structure of institution among different organs of government can be formed, so that power should not lie in the hands of one institution only. So in order to ensure that parliamentary form of government and federal structure was designed, and these designs were taken from the experience and experiments of the other country. Our Constituent Assembly is not hesitating in learning the experience and experiments of the other country, but it was not taken blindly. It was taken according to the suitability of the Indian conditions and the aspirations. Now the borrowed provisions. What experience and the experiment of other countries we have taken in our constitution? So this is the list of that from the British constitution we have taken the parliament structure as well as the rule of law. From the Irish constitution we have taken the directive principles of state policy. From the French constitution we have taken the values of liberty, equality and fraternity, which are inserted in all the designs of the institution. From USA we have taken the independence of judiciary and power of the judicial review over the working of the legislature as well as executive. And from Canada we have taken the quasi federal structure, that central government is more powerful than the state government and state is more powerful than the local government, plus residuary power, which we will read in further chapters in detail. So with this, our chapter is completed. We have covered two topics in this chapter: need and importance of constitution and authority of the constitution. This part was also related to authority of the constitution, as it was the detailed topic, that's why we have done separately. Now assignment related to this topic has been uploaded on school website. Please do it on time, and next topic we will start in the next video. Till then, stay home, study from home and be safe. Thank you.